Hey, welcome back. Are you someone who is very much interested to understand the global market scenario? Are you someone who wanted to understand the scenario just to do your business, whatever your business may be? Maybe you are a trader, maybe you are an investor, maybe you have some other engagements with the global market. So there is an importance for persons who are very curious and who does have a matter to understand what is a scenario in the global market. So that need is being addressed here with an overall analysis of global market last week. This will be an overall view of the global market, how the market has performed in the last 7 days. For the purpose, we are taking into consideration the performances of major markets. Primarily, our focus are US, Europe, China, Japan, India, South Africa, and Australia. The primary market we are looking at is US market. Let's begin from the US market. Here is the chart of the US market. We can see that the market has come down to 5827.04. If we look at the overall scenario, we can see that market has seen an 1.32 percentage drop this week. The intensity of the drop is such that at a point the market was somewhere near 6018.59. It was on 6th Jan 2025 that the market has reached that peak. So that is the intensity of the drop the market has witnessed in the Standard and Poor Index, which represent the scenarios in the US market. Let's move to the European market. Here is what it looks like. The European market is looking bullish. At this moment, what we can see in the European market chart is a bullish trend. That means US market, even though the US market is showing an bearish trend, European market at this moment has outperformed the US market and is showing a very different trend from what we have witnessed in the US. The market at the beginning was somewhere near 4904.40, and at the time of close it has reached somewhere near 4977.26. What we can understand from this is that the market has seen a growth of 1.49 percentage. That is a very powerful growth when we consider the fact that US market was showing a different momentum. Thus give an impression that today, this week, the performance is favorable to the European market, and the trend overall is mostly favorable to European market than to US market this week. This brings us to an requirement to understand the situations elsewhere. It's important to understand the situation in Asia because, except the major Western markets, the major share of the global economy is controlled by Asian markets. If you say that the important Asian markets are China, Japan, and India. Chinese market, if we look at the chart, we can see that the market has come down to 3168.52. At the time of the beginning of the start, the market was somewhere near 320602.11, and from there the market has plummeted to 3168.52. If we calculate how bad this fall was, we can understand that the market has seen a drop of 1.05 percentage. What we are looking at is SSE Composite Index to understand the scenario in the Chinese market. Japanese market almost resembles what we have seen in the Chinese market. It is down. It has come down from somewhere near 39,903.90 on Jan 2025, 5:30 a.m. Right now, it has come down to 39,190.40. That is an 1.79 percentage drop, is what we are witnessing in the Japanese market. This means that major Asian markets, China and Japan, are in an downtrend. Well, this is the performance in the Asian market. If the Indian market is also supporting this performance, that will give an impression that major Asian markets are down. So, is Indian market down? Let's dive in. Yes, Indian market is as weak as other major Asian markets. It has seen a drop of nearly 2.51%. It is far beyond the drop we have witnessed in Chinese and Japanese markets. That will give an impression that Indian market is the worst performer of all of the three major Asian markets this week. At the time of the beginning, the market was somewhere near 24034.05, and right now it has come down to 23431.50. That is a clear drop, and the 2.51% drop we have witnessed explains the intensity of the drop the Indian market has witnessed this week. It is important to understand what has happened in Indian market. Does it reflects any trend fluctuations, or it is only because Indian market has a tendency to reflect the performance of US market, and US market is down, that influenced the Indian market? Whether that was the reason it influenced Indian market, it is a matter of serious discussion and analysis that will be done later. Then it is time to move to major African markets. The major African market is South African market. To understand the overall scenario of the African continent, we are primarily focusing on South Africa. The market also shows an very powerful downward momentum like what we have seen in Asian markets and the US market. At the time the market has begun this week, the price was nearly 84597.74. At a point, it has reached a peak of 85388.33. Towards the close, the market has plummeted to a low of 283466.58. If we look at our perspective, we can come to a conclusion that the intensity of the drop in South Africa is very severe. It can be calculated as a 1.34% drop that we have witnessed in the South African market. Unlike the trend in almost major markets, including Asia's major markets, South Africa and US, the trend in Australia is much more similar to what we have seen in the European market. We already have discussed that the European market has seen an upward momentum of 1.49% this week. Likewise, in the Australian market, the Australia has seen a growth of 0.40% in the last 7 days. At the start, the market was somewhere near 8260.70. Right now, it stands at somewhere near 8294.10. It is interesting to note that at a point, the market has even touched 8368.10. That was on Jan 8, 2025. That is an overall view of the global market this week. So if you want me to give a conclusion of how the global market has performed this week, I can give a simple conclusion that except Australia and Europe, almost all major markets, including India and US, have seen a powerful drop. If you want me to tell which is the market which have seen the most intense drop, that is Indian market. It has seen a severe drop of 2.51%. Even US market has not seen such a drastic drop. US market drop was just 1.32%. Chinese market was 1.05%, Japanese market was 1.79%, and South African market was 1.34% drop. That was an overall view. Thank you for listening.